And after much ado, we are finally starting the first game of the OSL Super Tournament. This will be one of our lower level matches, but we wanted to make sure.
As far as we know, I mean, he could be sharking us. He
Yeah,
could
maybe
be on
this
a
is
Smurf.
Smurf account.
We know Izytang. He is a common participant in the tournaments here, and he's got some skill, but
he actually. Here, we'll introduce him real quick, and then I'll talk a little bit more about Izzy. So in the top left, playing the red Zerg, we've got. Oh, there we go, Izytang.
And in the top right, as the green Protoss, Gorgatron.
A pretty cool little clan. I don't know.
Or no, that's one of the portraits for the game that he used as his little building icon.
Oh, okay.
It's art by Nicholas Chaussoir. He's an artist that does a lot of StarCraft 2 player art. He does portraits of the players.
Oh, sick. Okay.
And that is Cyril, possibly the greatest player in the world right now. Even though he lost IEM a couple weeks ago.
I feel like at the end of last year, it was literally everything was just like people would get to Cyril and you'd be like, well, that's like a pretty good run. Like, you got second at this event. Like, no one was beating Cyril.
Yep, he had won every premier tournament he went to last year. But let's see how these players do it.
Is this starting with a little bit of a proxy?
Ooh.
And I was going to say, Izzy can definitely play pretty weird. One of our games, I'm pretty sure it was a tournament set, he almost took a game off me with rushed into battle cruisers.
Oh.
So I kind of wasn't very on top of scouting. You know, we kind of were. Oh wait, he's doing the.
Planetary fortress.
Yeah, the
rush.
planetary.
I've not seen this, but I was just guessing. Oh. I was thinking. Oh, he's gonna build a barracks. But
yeah, I was totally
he builds the command center.
So we'll see if Gorgatron's ready for this kind of cheese this early on in bracket.
He actually has a pylon that will scout the command center.
Yeah.
It might even block the command center from landing nearby there, so the command center will take even longer to fly and find a spot to land. And he can just move if he wants to. If he sees the command center flying, he just moves a probe underneath it and blocks it from landing, and he pretty much will defend the cheese and probably win the game from there.
Yeah, as long as you have something under it. I mean, Izytang obviously has already invested so much into it that if he doesn't get the planetary fortress down, that could be pretty much just GG.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually really like Gorgatron's build right now. Like, I don't know. I don't know super what to expect with different rank levels, but Gold 3, I didn't expect it to be as clean of he did the fast expand, he got the cyber right after the fast expand. Everything just looks real nice. And he's going for the Stargate. Oh, this is the test though.
Is he watching his mini-map? It's a big red block on his mini-map.
Yeah, that's
but he is a gold player, and even at Masters, Grandmasters players, sometimes they forget to watch their mini-map.
That's getting down.
Oh,
it's so close. All right, so he realized he needed to pull, but not nearly fast enough.
Now there's 2 SCVs there. They will be able to repair the planetary, so if he kills those, it'll be nice. But I'm not exactly sure what he should be.
He's going to try to block it off, but I don't know if the command center is really going to be building anything. I guess maybe trying to deny the SCVs for getting back in there.
He's building stalkers, which I think are, either stalkers or zealots or adepts. Anything he builds right now is going to be good because Terran has almost no army. Okay.
I think he should build less pylons and more shield batteries.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He had a few shield batteries.
He should wait to attack. He should just kind of move those probes off his gas and towards the right side of the minerals, or possibly move all his probes to his natural.
I was going to say, honestly, because he got that quick expand, he could almost just go straight to the natural.
The Void Ray is
Is
genius.
so nice. And if he can take out these Marines and these SCVs, the Void Ray will actually just straight up shut this down.
Yep.
Obviously, there's been some, a pretty good hit to Gorgatron's economy with the pro kills, but, Void Ray is the counter to this completely.
Yeah, and the worker count is substantially favored for Izytang, but because of the 2 Nexi, if Gorgatron can start rebuilding probes and chrono boost those out, he can definitely come back to win this. And the army supply too is in his favor. So
yeah, I mean, once he has a couple of Void Rays out. I mean, just okay. So Izytang has 1 rat barracks at his base, but that's it. I mean, this rack's it's pretty low. It might actually die just on the way back.
Yeah. Gorgatron could easily just send all his units over to the Terran side of the map and just attack his base after this and probably win.
Yeah, he's actually looking really good right now. Despite like maybe what it looks like with like the workers and like the supply, he's looking amazing because these 3 Void Rays can easily take out, what is it, like 6 Marines? Yeah, 6 Marines.
Definitely. I actually am not certain, but I'm gonna guess yes.
Oh, I am, yeah. I'm pretty sure. Usually my Void Rays have, you know, shield batteries as well because I'm cheesing and have a whole bunch of cannons there, but I think the math checks out where Gorgatron wins this.
And Izytang also went for factories. He didn't go for more barracks because he needs Marines. He's not going to be able to get Thors out. Okay.
Missile turrets, unfortunate though. And I don't think the, I forget what the ability is called, but the overcharge.
Prismatic alignment?
Yeah, there we go. Prismatic alignment. I don't think Marines are armored, so I don't think it's going to do any extra damage, right?
That's true.
They're just normal bio. Against SCVs, it does do extra damage, and against buildings, tanks, those kind of things, but
Gorgatron was he had his sights set on the workers, but he should have gone for the top of the Terran ramp for his production.
yeah.
He checked the mineral line, saw turrets. He should have backed off from the turrets and went around to the front of the Terran base and killed the production. It would have been definitely better. We'll see if he does that now.
It looks like he might be. Yeah, he definitely shouldn't have fought in the turret. He also, I don't think, I believe he had 3 Void Rays and he only came in with 2. It seemed like he like almost misrallied a little bit.
He's on move command. Oh,
I was gonna say, yeah, just as long as you aim at them, you should be able to take these out. Yeah, yeah, these guys win easily.
yeah, it was the turrets that really crushed him last time.
Yeah, the turret was huge. I actually, when the turret started firing, I thought it was a Cyclone for a second, because that new Cyclone with the mag-filled accelerator just like tears through armored units.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a GG. I mean, Izytang has a tank, but that's about it, and that's not going to help with.
And there's also no turrets protecting the left side of the mineral line. Oh, he's building one now.
Yeah, he needs. Gorgatron needs to realize this eventually. But honestly, who cares about the mineral line if you have no production? Like, Gorgatron already has, you know, 2 bases. I think he should be able to win this. I mean, it's still a little early to say.
Izytang should probably be lifting off 1 or 2 of those buildings and moving them to the turrets.
Make it a little bit harder, yeah. Oh, I hope he sees that. He's not in range.
Oh,
okay, there we go.
They outrange the mines anyway, it seems. Here we go. This looks like the beginning, or the...
Oh, okay, so that one's not even going to go down. None of them go down.
Void Rays have a lot of help.
Let's go, Gorgatron.
Exciting play from our new player at this tournament, Gorgatron, already making a name for himself.
I'm actually super pumped. Yeah, not to be, you know, too biased or anything, but I don't know. When the new guy comes in and then you see cheese is about to happen to him, and I love cheese, and I love, you know, getting people with cheese, but you just hope that, like, his first tournament, you know, game, he doesn't get too cheesed. And he defended it well, and yeah, he made it out. That is super sick.
Are you kidding me? When I come to tournaments, I welcome cheese. I live to fight cheese.
Do you still have their maps?
I'm not sure. I thought I left it.
It's somewhere. I remember.
There it is on the ground, I think.
Oh, nice. It is. I was gonna say, I remember it's all the bottom 3. Oh, and it's just in reverse order. So we're going to do Port Alexander next. Yeah, sick first game. Honestly, like, even though he seemed, Gorgatron seemed like to have such a huge lead after he defended it, his first attack on Izytang, I thought he may have almost thrown it away. If he would have let, like, 2 of those Void Rays go down instead of just 1, or if Izytang was a little bit more, like you said, getting his production, like, towards the missile turrets and towards his static defense, could have been a whole different game, but Gorgatron takes that first one.
Let's not forget, though, that it could have all been shut down if he just had been looking at his mini-map and moved a probe underneath the planetary fortress. He was smart enough to have a Stargate and build the Void Ray and recognize that, oh, a Void Ray can kill a planetary without being hit by it because planetaries can't shoot up.
Yeah,
but it would have been even better if he just moved a probe underneath it. So
yeah, especially with what you were saying with the pylon being able to see that scout, like being able to scout it so early on. Yeah, that definitely would have been a better way to protect against it. And he really, honestly, because did he throw the the Stargate down after he saw the.
I think it was before.
That's what I thought too. Okay, so he almost like blind countered it.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You know, just kind of got lucky with his the tech he wanted to go with. I'm gonna go check and see if these guys can see my invite, because neither of them have accepted so far.
Okay.
So I'll be right back.
Hello to all our 9 viewers. Would love you guys. For those just tuning in, this is the GameArena Co. StarCraft 2 tournament of the month of March. How long have these tournaments been going on for StarCraft 2 at GameArena?
It's been a decent time. I think I want to say like 5 months-ish.
I've been coming since August, so I think it's more than that.
Jeez.
August was the first tournament I came to. It was actually announced on the Pylon show.
That's still full of my freaking mind. That was probably like the second or third one, so probably like a month or two before that.
Okay, so they've been happening since June or July last year. Which makes this the 8th month, I believe. And this is also the biggest prize pool of any StarCraft tournament that has been held at GameArena. The tournaments are just growing in epicness. Maybe one day we will have hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line. Who knows? It's completely possible. I mean, if I was a millionaire personally, I would pay $100,000 to see these two players just play a best of 3. Give $100,000 to the winner. That's what I would do if I was a millionaire. Because, StarCraft, it's as Artosis says, it's a beautiful game. It's pure art in game form. Playing the game is an art form just like anything else, but it is so intricate that you can spend your entire life improving your game. There have been people playing for 20 plus years StarCraft, and they still are finding joy of improving their game. I'll quote the old adage of Buddha: as you straighten the arrow, you straighten yourself. StarCraft is our arrow here. Today, we'll see who is the best bowman that will win the war that is competitive esports. It's super exciting. And please forgive us, ladies and gentlemen. It's first match of the day. We just have a couple bumps, but should run smooth for the rest of the day.
Yeah, we still have a few people just even coming in for the tournament, so we had to set them up real quick. But we're getting the second game of Gorgatron and Izytang.
Protoss versus Terran, and I've heard Protoss is having a tough time these days against Terran.
Yeah, I think
because of the unpredictability of getting proxy raxed, and I'm not sure exactly how it goes, but I've heard I've heard Terran complain about Protoss also. So
yeah, it's just a game of complainers, dude.
It is.
Complainers and patch notes. All right, in the bottom right, playing the blue Terran, going for some cheese. Last game didn't really work out. We've got Izytang.
And in the top left, in the green trunks, it is Gorgatron, the Protoss player. The Protoss cheese destroyer, the destroyer of cheese Protoss. That's
and
a possible
maybe
nickname.
the bringer of cheese. He
Oh.
actually, he's going for his first pylon, I think, outside of his base, which is, okay, no. You got a pylon there as well. Okay. Still,
Let's see how well aged this cheese is. Is this something he's just coming up with now, or has this cheese been aging for months and months?
yeah, this could be the reason he drove an hour and a half. He had this cheese that he knew he wanted to do. With this early of a pylon, I think it's gonna be like a 2-gate or something.
Okay. mean, at least even though the build seems confusing, you probably should have both those gates out near,
I
out
would
proxied.
think maybe
he just messed up, and at least he's spending his minerals and putting that other one down there.
it could also be maybe to throw off Izytang a little bit, make
Yeah,
it
that's
look a
actually-
little bit more normal.
The mind games going on in this game. I can't even comprehend them, but you're right. That probably is what he's doing.
Because then it at least doesn't look like, you know, he literally has nothing at his base. It does still look like a later gateway. Like, I think it should be done by this point in, like, a normal game. But I don't think alarm bells are going off for Izzy because he's taking that bottom command center.
This could get exciting. No units yet coming from the gateway. He's just building the cybernetics core. I don't think he's going to wait for a cyber core to be done to start building something.
No,
with a
kill him.
gateway.
Just finish him off. Okay, so he does get the engineer bay block for the Nexus.
Yep.
A little bit cute. But honestly, Gorgatron doesn't really have to even go for that much of like an economy. Like, he could just kind of go for a one base all-in type deal.
Yeah.
This is kind of confusing to me. Oh, I guess. Okay. So it's... Yeah, I don't like that much. He's made the Zealot at home to try to deal with the engineering bay, it looks like, but he really just should have gotten the Zealot, I feel like, at his proxy if he's going to try to put on early pressure.
He also just built 2 pylons when he was at 20 out of 31 supply. He did not need those pylons. He should have built 2 more gateways, in my opinion.
And I feel like, so I know one of the like things Protoss will do sometimes against Terran if they take this like low wall is try to get the Zealot out immediately to get the worker away from the command center so that it buys time for the stalker so you can put on that early game aggression. But he wasn't able to get any units to Izzy's side of the map, so Izzy already has his base set up. He's got some Marines out. I'm not sure what this proxy is doing.
I guess he just was planning to use those for his warp gate, or to warp in at.
Yeah, I guess they're still like hidden. Ooh, this is also off just a little bit.
I have a feeling this wasn't, a very high quality cheese. He did not age this very long. He tasted the cheese.
This
and
is day-old cheese.
Yeah, it's like when you discover a new cheese you've never had, and you're kind of scared to try it because will it be like blue cheese? Will it be super stinky? But it's like, oh, it's called Gruyere. It's kind of like Swiss. All right, I'll try this. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna have some more of that. But sometimes too much of something is not a good thing.
Yeah, maybe try to get a little too cheesy. Yeah, this gateway has done nothing thus far, and he's going for a forge now.
He was too used to playing standard macro games that he's not ready to incorporate the flavors of the cheese.
Now just double checking that there is no probe down there anymore. He's got another. He's just hiding everything. He's kind of playing that like, there's who was it? It was like 2 Koreans that were playing PvP, but they basically built all their tech buildings like outside of their base, trying to hide it somewhere.
Be advantageous in a base trade.
But see, he has this proxy, but then he builds the. Oh, I guess this actually could just be for vision. This could just try to.
Oh.
Nope. That is definitely hidden tech. Oh, so that's what. You know what? I take almost everything back. I still think he could have used it a little bit better, or he could have made this gateway later. But now this makes a lot more sense. Now he has a warp in place for DTs, and he could get some work done. 2 orbital commands, but neither have scans right now. Obviously, it'll still take some time, but if Izzy's on top of his mules, he might not have any scans available, actually, and there are no missile turrets or anything like that providing detection.
Also, I mean, he warped in those stalkers over there. He could be fighting with those stalkers right now because stalkers have 6 range, I believe, and Marines have 5, so you can kite against them. It takes some skill, though. It takes practice and takes some skill to micro against those Marines.
Yeah, that's one of those like micro challenges, right? You do like it's like 2 stalkers against like 6 Marines or something, and you can do it if you have the space and you have the micro ability.
Yep.
Ooh, +1.
Oh, it looks like there's something flying on the map for the Izytang. Oh, never mind. It's,
all right.
It's a walking.
He's using one of those Zergling, little scouters.
Yeah. Luckily, it's not a flying Marine. I thought it was a flying. That would be crazy. Flying
Be pretty
Marines.
good.
It's like the Marine said, "Hey, Reaper, give me your jetpack. I'm flying."
All right, he's got some stalkers. Ooh, if he picks off that medevac, that'd be really nice.
Oh, we
gets
got
a
a
stem
stem
out. Yeah, that's nice. With only 1 medevac, he's not gonna do much. Ooh.
That medevac, all of its energy juice is gonna be sucked dry.
Liberator. I thought the Liberator might be able to see this, but not yet.
Is the DT shrine going to be scouted by the Liberator? Or will the Liberator go too far up? Oh, it looks like it's going to scout it. Will Izytang be paying attention to his map? He stopped it.
He better be.
What is what are the players' visions like right now? Because Gorgatron, he doesn't know.
Gorgatron had to see that Liberator, right? Like, it was just chilling right there for so long. He definitely knows.
Neither player really knows each other's. Now, Izytang just discovered the D2 shrine, but he doesn't know much more than that. How many gateways there are? And Gorgatron knows absolutely nothing. So, just looking at the supply too, it's.
Get a few stalkers in there, and he still hasn't done anything with his DTs. I feel like the longer you wait, the worse it's gonna get. I mean, right now, they have one scan available. Oh, and the missile turret was made because Izytang saw the Dark Shrine.
Ah, yes.
I really wish he would have moved out with those DTs earlier. He could have gotten a lot more done. These DTs have been sitting here for a while now.
And you know, when your DT, when your DTs get thwarted, if you save them, you can use them for Archons, which are great. I mean, they are great tanks. They'll do splash damage to the Marines and Marauders.
You can also kind of do, I think SOS was the player who did it a lot, but basically he'd get like a really late Dark Shrine, like it would be scouted, he'd be fine with it, and he'd just kind of like slow drip DTs in every once in a while, you know, try to catch his opponent just a little bit. Oh, this is my kind of cheese. If a cannon rush doesn't go well, this is what I go for. This against, and now it is an 8-minute in, and he only has one shield battery. So this is like,
oh, it's about to get.
Okay, yeah, he does see it.
At least he got. I mean, it's not really worth it just to get one unit out of your production building.
Yeah,
you should cancel. He cancels it at least.
Well, and if the building dies, it actually auto cancels.
Oh, if he was targeting the add-on right now, that'd be great. He could be killing the add-on. And Izytang, okay, he's loading up the medvacs, he's dropping them.
Yeah, he's just gonna kill this. This might be GG. I think Izytang was kind of pulled apart by a few different cheese ideas that if he had committed to any one of them, it would have done a lot better. But I don't think he knew exactly what he wanted to do with the cheese. Because, like, for example, this gateway, how the time he got it out was so early that he could have gone for a more aggressive beginning game. Didn't do that. He could have used it for DTs. He should have built it later if he wanted to go do it for DTs. But then he didn't really initiate with his DTs ever. Then he went for the shield battery cheese, but it was already like 7-8 minutes into the game, so Izytang already had, you know, pretty decent army. He had flying units. He had vision.
Right now would be a great time to send some DTs in, though.
Yeah, that's true.
If he
did he lose them?
He doesn't have a robo, I believe, but every Protoss, I mean, if your game is going past, you know, 5-6 minutes, you want to get a robo to build a robotics facility to build an observer.
Oh, that tank actually took out the DTs.
Wow.
So he does not have his DTs anymore. He has 14 stalkers, but that's not going to be enough. He has no meat shield. He doesn't have like the zealots or sentries to provide force fields.
Honestly, if he just went for high Templars instead of dark Templars and went for storm, he might be able to like make a dent in this Terran army right now. But
yeah, with stem, this is going to get they're just going to destroy these guys. That should be a GG. Is that Maru?
We flew Maru out from Korea, guys. This is a high production cost tournament.
I do want to point out, I really like the setup of those tanks.
Yeah.
Like, they really can't be touched by, like, anything.
Very smart. I mean...
I don't see Gorgatron getting out of this one. There we go.
At least he's not rage quitting. He GG's like a man.
All right, so second game. Yeah, again, I think Gorgatron just went for a little too many different kinds of cheeses. Not too much cheese, but too many different cheeses.
Yeah. It's hard to pull off two cheese. I mean, one cheese, if someone knows you cheese a lot and they're playing you multiple times, it's pretty tough to pull off a cheese. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, it's hard to pull off two cheeses. Some players do it. They have a multi-layered quesadilla kind of thing going with a couple cheeses mixed together, but you can't go for a full 4 cheese blend.
Yeah, there's only so much time. There's only so much you can eat
Yeah.
When you throw in a little too much cheese, it just kind of gets, you get bloated and you just can't do it. Gets too hard.
Speaking of cheese, there's plenty of delicious cheesy things to eat here at the GameArena Co.
Oh, there's so many cheesy things.
And non-cheesy things.
Yeah, if you're into that. I don't know who would be. I'm a cheese guy.
We're gonna be honest, we don't have the calorie counts written out or anything. It might not be the healthiest food here, but it is damn delicious. I've worked in restaurants for 10 years. I'm 29 now. I've worked in the restaurant business for 10 years, and these chefs are just as passionate about cooking their food as they are about playing video games, I'm telling you. And the fact that they serve delicious Mountain Dew game fuel on the side.
With a resealable can.
Unbelievable.
That's absurd. All right, I don't think Gorgatron actually looks at the chat, so I'm just going to double check that he's ready to go.
Yeah, if we have a huge complaint from him, we'll rematch it. But we have a feeling he's...
All right, going into game 3.
A good set for the first match of the day. Gorgatron versus Izytang, Protoss versus Theron.
And pretty much the theme of the set has been the cheeser gets beat.
Yeah,
the
that's
cheese
true.
has just not been working for either of these guys.
I actually played poker last night, and I won, I think it was 3 hands against Pocket Rockets.
Against
My
Pocket
opponents
Rockets?
had Pocket Rockets, and I was getting, you know, turns and rivers on my side, but it was
That's actually
a
nuts.
night. If you had Pocket Rockets last night, you did not want to go in against me in poker.
Fold.
It was an automatic fold, and then I got Pocket Rockets and won.
Oh, that's just broken. That's
It
just
was
unfair.
amazing. It was the greatest night of poker of my life.
All right, in the top right, we got the blue Terran, Izytang.
And in the bottom left, green Protoss player, Gorgatron.
All right, and looks like Izzy did not learn his lesson. He's going for that cheese.
It's just they're both hungry for the cheese today.
But it's also crazy because like they haven't overlapped cheese yet. You know, like sometimes like I'll go for a cannon rush and the Terran will do something weird, and then you can kind of like almost out cheese them and you're doing something better because you went for a weird build. But like every game, all right, this is a little bit different. 2 gateway opening is very weird. Is that it's not a full wall, right? You can get out right there.
It looks like it isn't. There might even be 2 holes in that wall.
Yeah, maybe between like the pylon as well. Oh, he might be trying to go for a full wall off. I don't know if he's trying to like turtle up maybe or what Gorgatron is kind of thinking, but this is going to get real interesting real fast because we're also getting the double racks, which probably means Marauders. Either a lot of Marauders or just get the Reapers in fast.
It looks like there's space to build the add-ons for those. I don't know if he thought about that, but you could be right.
Because I know that's like, if you don't want to reveal your proxy too early, sometimes you just like get a couple Marauders, and then if the Protoss goes for like Stalkers or something, they just get destroyed so quickly if you have like 4 or 5 Marauders.
One thing neither of these players, I don't know if they did it the first 2 games, they did not send a scout across the map at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, both are completely blind.
Definitely one thing to work on. Most people, unless you're a Zerg, if you're Terran and Protoss, you're usually sending a worker across the map after you build like your first. What is for Protoss? Oh, you cheese, so you definitely send your first worker.
Yeah, I
across
sent
the
it
map.
immediately. The normal one is after Gateway.
Okay.
If you want to do it early, you do it after the first pylon, but the Gateway is like the kind of better, quote unquote, better way. I also really like Gorgatron's pylon placement to try to like scout upcoming things has actually been really nice.
Yeah,
Oh, and this is just gonna be Mass Reapers. It's not gonna be that Marauder play. This could get a lot of. Oh, he has 1 Zealot that's on
And
the
it's-
wrong side of the. This is gonna be a lot of damage.
It won't hurt him too much to kill one of those pylons. Oh, and
he was so close to getting the surround.
He's got the surround in the other one.
All right, he
That's
gets
good.
1.
Let's see if Izytang noticed.
Oh, Izzy, you should have gotten so much more damage. This honestly,
He should have been paying all of his attention to those Reapers.
yeah, this could have been game ending. I mean, it's still the mining time is very rough for Gorgatron. He doesn't probably need all these pulled.
Oh my. Gorgatron.
That was
With the fighting spirit,
cool.
some players would have just GG'd by now. If they saw Reapers coming in their base and they had just a Zealot, some players just GG.
yeah. No, I mean, I was thinking it was pretty much over, but I mean, Gorgatron got the surrounds, still has 1 out, but this stalker should be coming up soon, and then he's got the Void Ray.
I would be going for workers if I was Izytang.
I don't like this at all. I think it's way too early to get air weapons. You don't even have an air unit out yet.
It's a good thought. I mean, upgrades are really good, but yes,
Does
this
he
is
not
too
see that?
early. You need to have plenty of units that the upgrades apply to for it to be worthwhile.
There we go. He needs to attack that. Yeah, it's just so early that like 100 minerals, 100 gas is a lot in the first 5 minutes. Like
Definitely.
that's big money. Because I mean, right now he has 55 minerals. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's just a very
His position is still pretty good though, since he defended the cheese. I mean, the Terran wasted 300 minerals pretty much on those barracks, and those Reapers were.
yeah.
He
I mean,
wasted more than 300 minerals on this cheese.
try.
So, it might not be that detrimental that he went for the upgrade.
This Void Ray should be able to chase down this barracks pretty easily and kill that as well. So what does Izytang have at home? He's getting his second command center, getting his factory down. But yeah, he only has racks.
It's looking very similar to the first game.
We're kind of overcommitted on the cheese.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of work done, but not enough that makes it worth it, basically.
Yeah, and even Gorgatron went for like a similar build to the first game, which is probably smart.
Yeah, just getting those Void Rays out. Void Rays are honestly really good against like kind of cheesy builds. They're not amazing at like the later game, unless you get like that crazy amount of them. But yeah, defending against, you know, like proxies or, I don't know, certain like weird plays, I feel like they're really good. A lot of like niche plays.
Definitely.
Oh, really? Going for a really early fleet beacon as well.
Maybe he is. I personally think he should have tried to counterattack and go after the Terran production and see if he had turrets in his base, but he didn't send any units across the map.
Honestly, he almost did enough damage just by threatening it because there are 5 missile turrets now.
That's
It
true.
sucks that he's going into a fleet beacon because that means that he's going to be building more air units, so those turrets will actually do a lot. But if you almost like completely switch techs, I mean, 5 missile turrets, that's like 500 minerals, right? Isn't each one 100?
I think they're 75.
75 each? Okay. So it's still like a little bit over a command center, which is nothing to, you know, scoff at. A lot of missile turrets. But yeah, he is, I mean, he also already invested into those +1 air weapons though, so I guess he kind of has to go into his, you know, sky toss, but
If each player sits back for, you know, a little while longer, then
he's going carriers.
as long as he keeps producing, it might work out. Because carriers are pretty strong.
6-minute carriers though is crazy.
I mean, Terrans are going for battle cruisers early
Yeah, I
nowadays. Maybe he
guess.
got jealous. He was just like, you know what? You guys go for your best airship. I'm going to go for my best airship right away.
I have seen what's actually like, you know, not as uncommon as you would think is trying to get those Tempests out really early for Protoss against Terran.
Yes, actually, I think it was learned recently that Mass Tempest is better than Mass Carrier.
Oh yeah, is that against Terran specifically or just like in general?
Well, there was like an 8-player free-for-all between a bunch of pros, and there was a few pros left in the game, and they all had like multiple bases and maxed armies. One player had maxed carriers, the other one had maxed Tempest.
Okay, so in the head-to-head,
Yeah,
the Tempest won out.
The Tempest, there was like a Zerg player with a maxed army, there was a Terran player with a maxed army, there was another Protoss with maxed carriers, and the Tempest player destroyed everyone.
Damn, yeah. I guess if you just like, I mean, each one you target, they're gonna die. Like once you
Oh,
have
yeah.
more than like 6 Tempests, like any unit is just getting one-shotted.
And they outrange them, so
Yeah,
half
the
time,
kiting.
Yep.
Because
you
yeah,
can
they
kite with
actually
them.
aren't as slow now as they were, you know, before the patch. So
Ooh, he's destroying that pylon. I don't know if I would have done that yet. If he's just going mass air, he might as well leave
that's
it
true.
there.
I mean, yeah, are you doing that for like the one stalker, or maybe? I would say if he was getting a third base, or if he had more of a ground army, it makes sense. But yeah, you're totally right. I mean, he has the bulk of his army is just air that doesn't really need to have that opening. He's also turtling up a little bit. 3 cannons.
And if he's going for carriers, he probably needs the 4th gas. He only has 3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's fully saturated though on his minerals, which is great. He's not floating any. Izytang is just floating a little gas, but they're both spending their money.
Yeah, both pretty on top of it. Last game, they got a little bit lazy. I think Izytang had like 1 or 2K in his bank, but this game, they've both been pretty on top of spending their minerals.
Now this is looking kind of dangerous.
Oh, they're both moving out.
Oh.
Luckily, Protoss has that recall. Yeah. But this is a pretty scary initiation.
But Izytang, we can confirm that he is not Maru now because Maru moves out when +1/+1 is going to finish. Right now, Izytang, he researched it, and I guess +1 attack is finished, but the +1 defense is still incoming, and a great player will have his whole build planned out so that his army attacks right when they're finished, the upgrade's complete. And maybe Izytang, he's feigning the attack right now, it looks like. He's poking at the front. He's kind of scared. He doesn't know what the Protoss player's army is. And you know what? Izytang, he hasn't been scanning at all. And even though he doesn't send a SCV scout, and he doesn't scan it.
Yeah, he's been using all his energy on mules, I guess. Because, yeah, I haven't seen one scan.
You should scan the Protoss base around probably 5 minutes at least, if not constantly afterwards. Okay. And
getting some damage done already. Starport going down in seconds.
This is huge. He was going for Cloaked Banshees. Very interesting.
Yeah, most people aim at the add-on. He just took out the entire starport.
Yeah. Oh, and he backed off like at the perfect time. He just said, "Okay, I'm gonna take out the starport."
Yeah,
so
he hasn't lost anything.
So you can't. I guess he just didn't want him to be building Vikings, and there's still a starport left that has a reactor, so that's dangerous for Gorgatron.
He's up to double Stargate production as well. Izytang getting his third base though, so if this game goes really long, that could pay off real big. Oh, actually, he's getting the wall. Dude.
Very interesting. Because those cannons, they won't even be able to attack up the ramp. If the Marines stay at the top of the ramp and...
Yeah, they have no vision. I guess if any of the air units are there,
that's true.
Then it'll give high ground, but...
But is Izytang giving him the chance to... it looks like the range is... what is the range on cannons?
Yeah, let me see his vision. So you can just barely see that top. I think if... Oh!
This is great for Gorgatron.
Is it? I think
it is.
If he starts losing some of these Void Rays, it's not. I think he lost 2 Void Rays.
I don't know, but Izytang's army was out on the map, and he doesn't know how to deal with whether or not to attack or attack Gorgatron or come back and defend. He's too confused.
Yeah, and Gorgatron has done a lot of damage with these air units. Ooh. Watch out for that missile turret.
Are you getting loud game sounds?
Yeah, I'm just trying to turn it down. It's like the ambient volume. I can adjust the volume again after this game.
You can also mute ambient sounds in the options really quick. Yeah. Press F10 for the game. Options sound. I believe you can.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about there's still a little noise left, but we're going to finish the game with it because this is exciting.
Yeah. We'll switch it up. Oh, all those
36
army done.
Yep. I wonder if it's a good siege position. He knew about those cannons. He said, okay, might as well just attack over there. You know what? Maybe he should have attacked at the Terran's front because, yeah, those cannons really weren't doing much other than just defending nothing.
Yeah, he didn't really have his third base ever up.
The Void Rays should be attacking the tanks right now. Will they be able to kill them before the tanks get too much damage done?
Yeah, they should be able to melt them away. Oh, but he's not focus firing at all.
It might be worth it to just kill them.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Void Rays are so good. Wow. Void Rays are so good.
See, that's why I thought it was good earlier when he killed those bunch of Marines. Yeah, he only lost like 1 Void Ray.
And honestly, these shield batteries did amazing. I mean, the energy, or I guess... Yeah, no, yeah, the energy is all like pretty much used up, keeping these Void Rays alive. So now
they look unscathed.
Yeah, Gorgatron, and look at Izzy. Izzy has 3 bases, but he's floating all of his resources. He just doesn't have the means to produce what he needs to produce because Gorgatron's been destroying his production. I mean, he's taking out a starport. I wish, is there a way to see buildings lost?
This just goes to show, like, these players are great, but in order to get to their next level, they need to start having better game plans and work on their mechanics, obviously. Because if he just threw a bunch of barracks down right now, with all that money, he could produce tons of Marines, and that would be great against the Void Rays.
All right, he's gotta be careful of this Widow Mike, because That'll damage a lot of these. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, jeez. These Void Rays.
+1? He's getting +1 defense for air also.
I think he already has
Is it +2 attack? Or +1?
I think +2. Okay, yeah. So he's 2 attack and +1 shields. Oh yeah, we also have him right there. But yeah, I mean these air units are terrifying right now.
And you know what's fun? Gorgatron, his APM was spiking for a little bit. Both these players used to play around 70, I think it was last game, but Gorgatron going up almost to 200 at some points. He's feeling the Protoss, he's feeling the light of the Kala through him, and the Protoss is giving him power through these Void Rays and carriers.
And Izytang being forced to long distance mine. He's got 29 SCVs on this.
He has a good amount he has more army and more workers than Gorgatron. Gorgatron is not capitalizing on the advantage he had just a couple minutes ago, and now Izytang moving across the map.
I'd really
with
like
more
to
army.
see him get like maybe like charge and some like zealots. He just needs like more beef, because right now he has just air. Like if we go to his units tab, he has 1 zealot and 4 stalkers. Other than that, it is almost all of his army supply is completely in air. Oh, and Izytang about to... This is just finished, which is like the most unfortunate time, because now you can't cancel it. And Izytang's about to take this out immediately. That sucks. Oh, but counterattack.
Is the base trade going to occur? We don't have any buildings out on the map for Protoss. He would have wanted... He can't really sneak a probe out anymore if they start attacking each other's bases.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Izzy wants to commit. Oh, but this might be a good chance. He just took out 2 Void Rays.
He recalled his army. Is this going to be enough? Is there too many Marines? Marines, possibly the best DPS unit in the game.
Oh, but these shield batteries are doing so much as well. Now he just has to take down the Vikings.
He
3 on 4.
Vikings outrange Void Rays. He needs to be kiting those right now.
Oh, and with the prismatic alignment, he just barely wins.
Oh,
he's got 1 health. He's got 1 health left.
And he has a carrier.
He's got a carrier. I think that
he didn't recall the carrier on accident. The carrier wanted to come back to help fight that Terran. The carrier's mad actually that he didn't get to kill some of those Terran units.
Oh, I hope these Void Rays don't go too far in here, because now Izytang definitely has the advantage with army. I think, how many is that? We've got 7 Vikings right now. Those will definitely take out the 4 Void Rays.
If he fights with the shield batteries again, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he can keep the fight near his base, and Izytang doesn't try, you know, kiting or doing anything like that, Gorgatron does have a really nice defensive setup. But again, he just needs, like, he needs to be able to produce more than 2 units at a time. And if you're going all air, it's just so slow getting the units out.
Yeah.
He's not even chrono boosting, which he has definitely the mana for. He has 200 on his Nexus. Oh, and that carrier was just sniped out. That's pretty big.
This is not looking good for Gorgatron.
And he does have 2 observers. They're both over there. Yeah, this is looking pretty scary.
What started out as the Cheese Destroyer is now... Well, I don't think we can say he was destroyed by Cheese this game, but it's not looking good for the Cheese Destroyer.
And he used Prismatic Alignment, but was not focusing down those Vikings, so the Prismatic Alignment just kind of being wasted. Yeah, it's looking like a GG. This was a super back and forth game, though. Gorgatron always had all the tech, but he just didn't have the numbers.
Great effort. I mean, who knows if these were the players, you know, warm-up games. Maybe they haven't been playing past couple weeks, and after this, Gorgatron might watch replays and learn something. There's a chance he gets a rematch against Izytang.
He's actually, like, sort of fought him off. I mean, again, though, the production's just not there. So he's not going to be able to, like, remax or, like, even get close to that. So I think it's just a matter of time where, before Izytang gets, you know, another clump of Marines, brings in a Thor or 2, gets some Vikings, and then takes him out. But he defended really well this entire game. This entire set, really.
Yeah, he's making it interesting for sure. And Izytang's the one that actually is making this interesting because he's not attacking. And he's going to make this game go on longer, and then we could possibly say Gorgatron came back from 30 supply against 150 supply.
Yeah, I think
Like, even if you had workers and you had pure workers at 150 supply, like, you would be able to win right now.
just pull all the boys. Yeah, I think Izzy just needs to move out, and then this should be GG. There are going to be 4 Void Rays and a Stalker trying to hold us off. Plenty of shield batteries, but again, not enough units.
You know what would have been so epic? Because Izytang doesn't use scan. He had the fleet beacon up. He could have gone for a mothership and had all his units cloaked.
Oh, that would have been really... Because, yeah, he had that fleet beacon up like 5 minutes in, 6 minutes in.
And Izytang, maybe he wouldn't even have thought of scanning. Will he get a mothership out before Izytang gets there? Nope, it is looking bad.
Yeah, they just do like one shot basically.
Great effort by Gorgatron in his first match in a GameArena. Probably I'm pretty sure his first StarCraft LAN match. It is so different playing at a LAN than playing in the comforts of your own home.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I imagine almost everyone that plays for the first time, they do not show their best.
And playing like 2 out of 3 sets and stuff, like actually trying to like adapt to the player, learn what they're trying to do.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be GG.
Definitely one thing to take away from these games is how important scouting is. We saw so many times where if the opponent would have just scouted, they could have more easily won the game. Like Izytang, there was a point where he went for like cloaked banshees, even though he didn't know the opponent was going for like pure air.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually, it could have worked if he didn't build an observer, but still, like, and Gorgatron, neither of them send workers out to scout at the beginning of the games.
What is this Void Ray gonna do?
Now he's thinking about scouting, I guess. He's like, okay, is
the
this
20-minute single Void Ray?
Oh,
Doesn't
man.
even get them.
Run from that, Viking. Okay.
Alright.
GG.
And that'll be it.
Great job, Izytang.
So Izytang takes it 2-1. We're going to hop off the mic real quick, get another set for you guys. So we'll be back